Hello guys, welcome to RS Code Labs. Today we are discussing about identifiers in Java. Identifiers are the names used to identify variables, methods, classes, packages and interfaces. Yes, which means identifiers are the naming words used for identification purpose. While writing identifiers, we should follow some rules. Okay? Identifiers allows characters. Identifiers can contain letters, digits, underscore and dollar sign. For example, here we are declare a variable is. It allows characters whether it is uppercase or lowercase, so this one is valid, and it allows underscore as well, so this one is also valid. And next one is it can't start with a digit. Okay, identifiers must not start with a digit. For example, here int 1 number, it start with digit, so it is invalid. Int number 1, it doesn't starts with digit, so this one is valid. And one more rule is it can't be a Java keyword. Java reserved keywords like class, int, new, etc. can't be used as identifiers. So it doesn't allow keywords. Okay. For example, int class. This one is invalid. Why? Because class is a keyword. Int my class. This one is not. This one is valid because it is not a keyword. Why special characters are not allowed in Java identifiers is special characters are not allowed except dollar and underscore. Okay, in Java, identifiers must follow certain rules. One of these rules states that special characters except dollar and underscore are not allowed in identifiers. Here's why. One is to maintain code readability and simplicity, and to avoid confusion with operators, to prevent conflicts with Java syntax. Now we will discuss about data types. Data types specify the kind of data that a variable can hold. Java is a strongly typed language, which means that every variable must have a predefined type. Yes, data types are mainly used to define what type of data we are going to store. And in Java, data types are divided into two types. One is primitive data type and other one is non-primitive data type. Primitive data types are divided into three types. One is numbers, character and boolean. Numbers again divided into two types, integers and floating point. Again, integers are divided into four types, byte, short, int, long. And floating point is divided into two types, double and float. And characters, in Java, character literals should be right within single quotes. To store character value, we are using char data type. Boolean is used to store true or false values. Here byte value. Here byte. Byte is one of the integer data types. Size of the byte is 1 and range in between -128 to 127. Sorry. And default value of byte is 0. And next one is short. Size is 2 bytes. Range in between this value. And default value of short is 0. Int. Int size is 4 bytes. Range in between this value. And default value of int is 0. Long. Size is 8 bytes. And range in between this value. Default value of long is 0L. And next one is floating point. Size of the float is 4 bytes. Range approximately this value. Range in between this value and default value is 0.0f. And next one is double. Size 8 bytes. Range in between this value and default value of double is 0.0d. Character. In Java, character literals should be right within single quotes. Here you can see we can write the character in between the single quote. To store character value, we are using char data type. Here you can see. Okay, size is 2 bytes. Range in between this one and default value is this boolean. Size is 1 bit. Values true or false and default value is false. Coming to non-primitive data type, non-primitive data types do not store values directly, but it holds references to object in memory. One is string data type. It is used to store sequence of characters. Here you can see string name equals to, within the double quotes we are writing the string. Okay. Anything which are written in double quotes, that is nothing but a string literal. Array data types. It stores multiple values of a same type in a single variable. Here you can see multiple values we are storing in single variable. Class is a blueprint of an object. Inside the class we are creating variables and methods. Literals in Java. Literals in Java are constant values that are directly assigned to variables. These values do not change during program execution. For example, int a is equals to 25. 25 is a literal. Char grade equals to a. A is a literal. Boolean is Java fun equals to true. True is a literal. Types of literals in Java. There are 5 types of literals: integer literal, floating point literal, character literals, and string literal and boolean literal. Integer literal. It represents whole numbers and can be expressed in different formats. Here you can see these are all examples for integer literals. And float point literal. It represents decimal numbers and can be of two types. For example, float pi equals to 3.14 f. As we are using float data type, f is required for float. If you are not specifying the f here, you may get error. Double price equals to 19.99. No need to require for D. Okay. Character literal. It represents a single character enclosed in single quotes, which means character literals should be right within single quotes. Here you can see these are all examples for character literal. String literal. When anything which were written in double quotes, that is nothing but string literal. Here you can see this is the example for string literal. And boolean literal represents only two values. One is true and next one is false. These are all examples for boolean literal. Now we will discuss about variables in Java. A variable is a named memory location that stores a value, and the value of a variable can change during program execution. Here for example, int a is equals to 25. Here int a is equals to 25. Here age is a variable, it's storing a value as 25. Okay. Types of variables in Java: local variable, instance variable, and last one is static variable. Okay. Local variable, which means any variable which we are declared directly inside a method or a constructor or any block except class block is known as local variable. Here you can see this is the local variable. Why? Because this variable we are declare, and one more rule in local variable is you must initialize the variable. If not, you may get error. And next one is instance variable. Instance variable declared inside a class but outside any method. Each object gets its own copy of instance variable. Okay, default values if not initialized, Java assign default value as 0. For example, here you can see these two are instance variables. While you want to call these variables, if you want to call these variables, you have to create an object. Through the object reference, you call these variables. Okay. Static variable. Static variable declared within the static keyword inside a class. It shares across all objects. No need to create an object in static variable. You can call directly by using class name. It can be allocated the memory at class loading time. Here you can see this is a static variable. Here you can declare a variable with the help of static keyword. And you can call that variable directly without any creation of object.